Hey guys, in today's video, I'm going to share with you guys all of the manicures that I wore in the month of May. So I'm going to get started with one of the first manicures. Well, actually, I think it's the first manicure that I wore, but it's also one of my favorites. I love this combination so much. So earlier in the month, it was my birthday, and I really wanted to put together a manicure that just, I don't know, I was really thinking about this manicure for a while, and so I swatched everything on a little nail wheel, which now I cannot find. I wanted to share it with you guys. No sé dónde lo puse. Okay, anyways, I did little swatches on a nail wheel to decide on a combination that I wanted to wear for my birthday. That's the whole point. First manicure that I wore is Emerald from KB Shimmer. This one is an emerald green holographic polish, but it also has silver glitters in it. And I remember when I first got it, which was now maybe 2 to 3 years ago, I don't feel like I loved it as much as I did this time around. And I think it's because when I first applied it, a lot of the silver glitters that are in here, they were fairly distributed throughout the polish, so I could see them a little bit more on the nails, and I just did not like that as much. This time around though, I feel like the silver glitters have sunk to the bottom quite a bit, and no matter how much I shake this bottle up, I don't get as many on my nails. But that's not a complaint. I actually enjoyed it a lot more this time around because I feel like the color just looked a little bit more rich, a little bit more intense on the nails. So really love this. I applied 2 coats of Emerald, and then I topped it over with Yes Weekend. I've mentioned this topper from KB Shimmer before. This one is a multi-chrome flaky topper, so the flakies are sitting in a clear base, and put this guy over top of Emerald, and I thought that combination looked really beautiful. The first couple of days I wore it with a glossy top coat, and it looked amazing. I only added 1 coat of this guy, by the way. And then the next couple of days and the following days, I added a matte top coat, and I thought it looked equally as, I think both manicures looked really beautiful, but I gotta say I almost enjoyed it mattified a little bit more because it looked like it was confetti laying over top of grass. It just looked really beautiful together, so I really enjoyed this combination. The next polish that I wore, I know I wore this guy pretty early on. It's NARS, what is this called? Thasos, which is a mint cream. So this mint leans a little bit more on the green side. Wore this as a pedicure. You guys will see a swatch of this on the nails though. 2 to 3 coats for full opacity. I think I only put 2 coats on the toesies, and it got fully opaque, and I freaking love this color. I thought it looked really beautiful. Formula wise, it's really great. NARS does have the wider brush, which I think helps with the application. I did apply a glossy top coat over top of this because this is one of those polishes that dries almost to like a demi matte kind of finish, which is not usually my favorite. From Rise and Shine, I have polish number 101. It doesn't have a name, so this one is a medium tone pink, and then it has I can't tell if they're blue or if they're black micro glitter, and some sparing larger glitters that are either black or blue. I can't tell the difference, but this one also has a very fine purple shimmer, so it looks like a little flash in the bottle. You do see that little purple shimmer on the nails, but it's not as obvious. But still, this polish is really beautiful. So not only like the color do I enjoy, but also the formula. This one is acrylic, and sometimes I find that with acrylics they take a while to dry, to where with this one I didn't find to have that issue at all. It dried in a decent amount of time. It did require 3 coats, but it dried fairly quickly, and I really thought this was really beautiful. A combination that you guys may remember from the Orly Retrowave collection. I did a little bit of a nail art, and I wore this manicure for quite a few days, and I wore it not only with a glossy top coat, but I also wore it, I mainly wore it mattified because that's the way that I enjoyed it. So as a base, I put Hot Pursuit, and I did include the nail art or how I put this nail art together in the review, so I'll link that up in the cards. So 2 coats of Hot Pursuit, and then utilizing the brushes from these polishes, because the Orly the new brushes, not new but like fairly new brushes, they're really well rounded out, and so I utilized the brush to create thick stripes basically down the nails. So I think I started off with So Fly, which is a neon green, and then kind of overlapped a lighter blue, which is Far Out, a little bit shorter of a line and overlapped over top of So Fly, and then the shortest line was Gotta Bounce. I really enjoyed that manicure, not only because I didn't need any nail art tools, but because it was very simple, and it was really colorful, and I love the combination of all four colors together. All Daisy Long from Essie is another one that I wore. I did do a nail of the day for this one, so I will link that one up in the cards. All Daisy Long is a pearl, not only in finish but also in color. So this one has these multi-shifting properties. I see a little bit of peach, a little bit of pink, a little bit of blue, a little bit of green, a little bit of yellow, all of which look really cool in the bottle. But I gotta say, I did not love this on my nails, especially when it shifted to a yellow, because it wasn't a cool shift. It just made my nails look really dirty. So just wasn't a fan of that. I wore it by itself, and then the next time that I wore it, I did pair it up with Salon Perfect's Mother of Pearl, which is an iridescent chunky glitter topper. Wore this one on my ring finger as an accent nail. I think I did just 3 coats of this one by itself. This one, a lot of the base has reduced in the bottle, and it's not from usage, because I've only used this now 3 times. I think just the base has just reduced quite a bit in this, so it was a little bit tricky. It wasn't fully tricky to apply on the nails, but it did take a little like manipulation as far as glitter placement and stuff like that. And because this glitter is a little bit chunky, it is a bit of a pain to remove off the nail, but really beautiful. This one you see a little bit more of like blue, green, yellow, purple, pink. Did I mention blue? I don't know. Multi-colors is what you see on the nails. A little bit more yellow as well is what I get from this guy, but really beautiful. Combo wise, not my favorite. I felt like it looked like a bridal manicure, and I kept picturing lace and veils, and it's just frou-frou stuff that I just was not a fan of. So not my favorite manicure. Still though, I wanted to give this guy a try again, and I wore it as a pedicure hoping that I would like it as a pedicure, and I do not like it. So it still takes 3 coats. It takes a while to dry, and I'm just not a fan of this polish. So I think this is just gonna be destashed and given away to somebody else. L.A Colors Energy. This is part of the Color Last line. I've had this guy in my drawers for a really long time, and it just sat untouched. And because I pulled it out to swatch for my neon green polish collection, I ended up pulling this guy out and swatching it, and I loved it so much that by the time I was done swatching, this guy ended up making it onto my nails. I love the vibrancy of this. I love the tone of it. I thought it was really beautiful. It does have a little bit of a jelly-ish kind of formula, so it does require 3 full coats to get fully opaque, but I was very happy with this polish. I'll link that video if you want to see my neon green nail polish collection. I'll link that video up at the cards as well. Keepsake from L.A Colors is another one very similar to Energy. Neither of these 2 polishes were on my spring seasonal rack, but because I was doing some swatches for future videos, I ended up putting this guy on my nails. So very similar formulation as Energy. This one has a bit of a jelly-ish formula, so it does require 3 coats for full opacity. Both of them, by the way, do dry to a glossy finish, so if you want to skip on top coat, if I'm lazy one of these days and I just want to skip on top coat, this has a really good glossy finish is what I'm trying to say. And this is where I don't know if my body is doing something really weird to where polishes are just not drying as well on my nails right now. I'm not really sure what's going on, but this one took a very long time to dry. I want to say 8 hours before I even went to bed. I had to spend almost an entire day wearing this polish, right? It'd been like maybe a good 4 to 5 hours, and I dinged my nail on something and it left an indentation on my nail. So that was one thing. I was like, well, that's really weird. Why is it not drying? Is it because it's really hot today? I'm not really sure, right? From when I painted this on my nails, went to bed, it had been at least 12 hours or 8 to 12 hours or something like that, and then woke up the next day with sheet marks, which I thought was really strange. So I don't want to say that it's this polish. I'm not sure, because I'm having this experience with multiple polishes at the very moment. So anyways, that's Keepsake. Really beautiful color. It's a coral cream, but I almost see a little bit of salmon in this, and the color itself is really beautiful. The combination that I was wearing prior to this manicure is Frostbite from China Glaze. I did 2 coats of this guy. This one's more of a sapphire blue shimmer. Really great formula. Tricky application because this has the old China Glaze thin brush, so it just had to be a little bit more careful, but really great formula, and I topped that over with Sinful Colors Green Ocean. And I've mentioned this guy many times. It is one of my all-time favorite toppers. Not just from the drugstore, in general. I freaking love this guy. But this guy I had pretty far down. There was very little base, and a lot of the glitter still left, but very little base. So application would have been a little bit tricky. So I've been mentioning this guy here and there on Instagram and also here. And I want to make a video. It's coming. I'm just testing this guy out, which is why I have not made the video. Okay, point is, this is from TKB Trading, and it is the nail polish Glamour base. This base here is intended to be used with glitters, or like for glitter polishes basically. I purchased this from TKB Trading. I'll link it down below. And I poured this guy into my Sinful Colors Green Ocean because I want to utilize every little last bit of glitter that's in here because I think it's so beautiful. And what's great about this is because it's intended for glitter polishes, all of the glitter suspend within the base. None of them sink to the bottom. Very different from, let's say you make your own Franken polish, right? Maybe you have a clear, not a top coat, but maybe you have a clear nail polish and you're adding glitter to it, or you're mixing two polishes together. If you notice that the glitter is sinking to the bottom or bleeding out, the color's bleeding out of it quickly, that's because that clear polish is not intended to be used for glitter, with glitter basically, to where this is intended for that. The one that I did not like, but I'm still testing it out, so I do want to make a video on this just by itself. The one thing I did not like it in is the INM Holographic top coat. I poured some of this into, can we focus? It's trying to move. I poured into the whatever was left over in my INM Holographic top coat, and it, because I don't know if you guys can see the little, it's tinted, slightly purple tinted, right? It looked a little bit foggy. And then putting it on the nails and trying to top that over top of another, like a dark polish or something like that, it looks a little bit foggy. So I would only use this for something like Green Ocean, because it has a little like a color tint, right? Or even this one, which is Yes Weekend from KB Shimmer, or like a lot of my like China glaze polishes, right? Something like that. I wouldn't use it again in my INM Holographic top coat just because I felt like it just fogged it up a little bit too much. The polish that I'm wearing right now as a pedicure is from Candy Nail Lacquered. This one is called I Lilac It Like That. I struggle saying the name of this guy. So this one was a gift to me from Joy, and she gave me a few from this line, and I tried wearing a green one. I think during Easter time or something like that, and I had not realized that it was going to be a jelly until I put it on my nails. I wasn't paying it because I was painting my nails at night. I wasn't paying attention, and I was like, I'm not gonna wear this one. I'm just not into it right now, right? So didn't end up wearing the green one, but then I pulled this one today to put as a pedicure, not realizing once again that it was a jelly. And when I put it on, I was like, oh damn, it's a jelly. And I'm not usually into, like, I used to be into colors like Mademoiselle, right, from Essie. I used to freaking love that polish. It's almost like the Barely There manicure, very natural looking. It's very subtle. You can still see the nail line no matter how many coats you apply, right? And I just haven't, I don't know, I just haven't worn a polish like that in a really long time. So put this on the toes and I freaking love it. It looks like a Barely There manicure, but it's purple, you know, it's like, it has a hint of purple and a hint of gray. And I can slightly see my nail line. And this one has a little shimmer, but it's not very visible on the nails. Really, I did put it on my nails just to swatch it for you guys to see it, and I feel like it looks way better than what my picture captures because I have ridges on my nails, and so the picture captures it even more to where I feel like in person it looks a little bit more even, and that's how I see it on my toes. And it just looks very delicate, very feminine, really pretty, kind of fresh. I think that's what I'm trying to, or the word that I'm trying to use to describe this polish, because I didn't know if I was gonna enjoy it just because it's jelly, but I do. I love it. I think it looks really beautiful, and just, I don't know, the pedicure looks very clean and put together is what I'm trying to say. The last polish that I'm wearing is from Essie, and this is called One Way for One. Once I put this on and it was taking a while to dry, that's when I knew that it was possibly not these two polishes. that have a drying issue. Unless you guys have tried these and you guys have a drying issue, leave that in the comments down below. And that's when I realized that it could be my body chemistry and my body's just doing something really weird right now, where it's causing polishes just to take a long time to dry. I say that because I've worn this before and I never had an issue with it, and it had a fantastic formula. It had a fantastic formula this time around as well. It just took a little bit longer to dry is all I'm saying. So this one's more of a mid-tone pink, and it has a gold fine shimmer running through it that I think looks so beautiful. It's coming off a little bit lighter in the viewfinder from what I'm seeing, like more of like a delicate pink. It's a little bit deeper, and I see the little gold shimmer. It almost gives me like an 80s señora vibes, like like the older women in the 80s, but in such a beautiful, I don't know, I freaking love this color, and I like that I can see all of the gold little shimmers popping through. I think they look really, really beautiful. The last product that I actually want to talk about, I almost forgot about this, is the Naked Manicure from Zoya. This is the Satin Seal. I bought this a while ago, and then I never wore it because I was like, wait, why did I buy this? I never rock my natural nails, right? But this last month, I found myself using this a couple of times because I was doing a little bit of swatching, and by the time I was done, I wasn't in the mood to paint my nails, number one, or I just did not have the time to do a full-on like a manicure or paint my nails and wait around for polishes to dry. And I was looking for something to still put on my nails to protect, not only add support, because the length of my nails my nails are getting a little bit longer, so I wanted to add a little bit of nail support, number one, and I also wanted to protect my nails from water, like if I'm going to be doing dishes and stuff like that. And this came in handy, funny enough. And so I've enjoyed it this past month because it's come in handy for those reasons. So I just wanted to quickly mention it. First coat, it does have a satin finish, but second coat, I feel like it stays a little bit more glossy. So anyways, just wanted to mention that. That is everything, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.